The Bhagavad Gita is divided into 18 chapters, each addressing key philosophical and spiritual ideas. Below is a brief overview of each chapter, summarizing its central teachings. 1. Arjuna Vishada Yoga, the yoga of Arjuna's dejection. Arjuna, confused and morally troubled about fighting in the Kurukshetra war, surrenders to Lord Krishna and seeks guidance. The chapter highlights the conflict between duty and emotions. 2. Sankhya Yoga, the yoga of knowledge. Krishna begins his teachings by explaining the immortality of the soul and the need for Arjuna to perform his duty without attachment. Introduces concepts of karma, action, the eternal soul and selfless duty. 3. Karma Yoga, the yoga of action. Krishna instructs Arjuna on the importance of performing one's duty selflessly, without attachment to the fruits of action. Emphasizes action without desire and the path of selfless service. 4. Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yoga, the yoga of knowledge and renunciation of action. Discusses the connection between knowledge and action. Krishna explains the divine nature of his incarnations and the necessity of performing righteous actions with the wisdom of the ultimate truth. 5. Karma Sannyasa Yoga, the yoga of renunciation. Krishna contrasts the paths of renunciation of action and the performance of action with detachment. Explains that selfless action, karma yoga, leads to liberation more effectively than mere renunciation. 6. Dhyana Yoga, the yoga of meditation. Focuses on the practice of meditation, dhyana, as a means of achieving self-realization and control over the mind. Explains the importance of discipline and mental focus in spiritual progress. 7. Jnana Vijnana Yoga, the yoga of knowledge and wisdom. Krishna reveals the nature of the divine and how one can know him both intellectually and experientially. Discusses the nature of the material and spiritual realms and the importance of devotion. 8. Akshara Brahma Yoga, the yoga of the imperishable absolute. Krishna answers Arjuna's questions about the eternal and the nature of life, death, and the Supreme Being. Explains the process of attaining liberation at the time of death. 9. Raja Vidya Raja Guhya Yoga, the yoga of royal knowledge and royal secret. Krishna explains the most confidential knowledge of his divine nature and the importance of unwavering devotion. Describes the relationship between the material world and the supreme divine. 10. Vibhuti Yoga, the yoga of divine glories. Krishna reveals his divine manifestations and his presence in the world through various forms and attributes. The chapter celebrates the manifestations of divinity in the natural and spiritual worlds. 11. Vishwarupa Darshana Yoga, the yoga of the vision of the universal form. Krishna grants Arjuna a divine vision, allowing him to see his universal form encompassing all creation. This chapter emphasizes the omnipotence and omnipresence of Krishna as the Supreme Being. 12. Bhakti Yoga, the yoga of devotion. Krishna explains the importance of pure, unconditional devotion, bhakti, and its superiority over other paths to liberation. Discusses the qualities of a true devotee and the nature of divine love. 13. Kshetragna Vibhaga Yoga, the yoga of the field and the knower of the field. Discusses the distinction between the physical body, the field, and the soul, the knower of the field. Explains the relationship between matter, spirit, and the supreme soul. 14. Gunatraya Vibhaga Yoga, the yoga of the division of the three gunas. Krishna explains the three gunas, modes of material nature, sattva, goodness, rajas, passion, and tamas, ignorance, and how they influence human behavior and consciousness. The goal is to transcend these modes to achieve spiritual liberation. 15. Purushottama Yoga, the Yoga of the Supreme Divine Personality. Krishna describes the eternal and transient aspects of creation and the nature of the Supreme Being, Purushottama. Explains the importance of detachment from material existence to realize the Supreme Self. 16. Daivasura Sampad Vibhaga Yoga, the Yoga of the division between the divine and the demoniac. Krishna describes the qualities of the divine and demoniac natures. The chapter highlights virtues like fearlessness, self-control, and truth, while condemning pride, anger, and ignorance. 17. Shraddhatraya Vibhaga Yoga, the Yoga of the Threefold Faith. Krishna elaborates on the different types of faith, sattvic, rajasic, and tamasic, based on the nature of individuals. Discusses the influence of faith on actions, worship, and overall character. 18. Moksha Sannyasa Yoga, the Yoga of liberation and renunciation. The final chapter summarizes the teachings of the Gita, focusing on the relationship between knowledge, action, and renunciation. Krishna encourages Arjuna to surrender completely to the divine, fulfilling his duty without attachment, thus attaining liberation. Each chapter of the Bhagavad Gita provides a deep philosophical foundation.